Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on to the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide, baby. 20 years, Bill. 20
of
years
Impact.
Of Impact
a TV
wrestling.
show.
My goodness.
A milestone, J-Bone.
It is. It's, man, 20 years ago, what the hell was I doing? I was sitting in my living room with little kids around me, and that was wow, that was a different time. I mean, that really was. I think for all of us, it was a different time in our lives.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think I had that much hair. Pretty sure I was representing this stage here.
The Bone-Dana was already in vogue.
No, the Bone-Dana came later.
Oh,
I don't know when that came, but that was the evolution of J-Bone in podcasting, I believe, is what happened there. I got a kitty down here all excited. So, yeah, we got lots to talk about tonight. The news has been nonstop. The rumors, the speculation has been nonstop as far as what's going on between TNA and NXT/WWE. Mayor Alicia will be in here in a little bit. She started watching her stuff a little later than we did, so she'll be in here eventually. Okay.
But the TNI fans here, and we already have a big super chat sticker here from Dr. Gerbs.
Super chat, what is up?
New release from Chris Bay called Gone Too Soon, about a friend he lost. David Penzer on Diener's podcast, and welcome to the Mad Cat crew, TNA alumni, Spanky, a.k.a. the Brian Kendrick.
The Mad Cat. What is the Mad Cat crew?
That's the one with Crazy Steve and all the gear, the shirts and stuff.
Oh, okay. Wow, Brian Kendrick. That is a name I have not heard in a while.
The Brian Kendrick.
Yes. I remember the intro. He was
Thanks to Ray Line with the bits. Team Twitch always had, and there it is. It's Mad Cat Beard Care. There it is.
Oh, there we go.
So you need J-Bone. Need a little of that.
I do. I
might need a little of that again soon. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah.
Beard could come back.
That would be a different look for you, Bill. I don't think I ever seen you with a...
What? You saw me plenty with it.
Have I?
It's in the intro.
Oh, this is true. I've seen you more often than not without one.
Yeah, usually with not, but pre-Panini, I was beard, and then I kept it through, and then I...
that's right.
Then I got rid of it.
There you go. Check them out. Will do. Let me jot that down, because I jotted down some other notes here.
He's a notesman.
We got some members in the house tonight. Great to see you here. That is something you guys can sign up for on the front page of the YouTube channel. Some different tiers. Just another great way to help support the channel. Excuse me. And so you get some emotes, special emotes in the chat and some other stuff. So we thank you guys for all the support. We also thank our sponsor, Manscaped. Manscaped just came out with some new stuff. I don't know if you've seen this, Bill. Are you seeing the commercials on TV?
Just in time for Father's Day?
Oh, yeah, there you go. So if anybody
the 20th anniversary of Impact Television?
Shopping, if anybody out there is shopping for Papa Bone. No, I'm kidding. Somebody, no.
somebody, please.
They got a new it's supposed to replace your like sponge loofah It's like a rubber thing. It's got nubs on it, and it's supposed to like be a nice exfoliant for all over your body. And then he got the like new body washes and stuff out for the man. So yeah, go check that out. You can get 20% off plus free shipping. Use code TNI.
Nice.
Yeah. So, whoa, how'd that happen?
Close up, J-Bone.
Did I do that?
I don't know, Urkel. Maybe.
What's happening?
What's happening here?
Are we being invaded by DMTV?
DMTV.
My good. Talk about extreme close-up. I don't know if anybody wants an extreme close-up. No, nubs for your nub. Thank you, Justin. Yes, absolutely. Just jotting this down quick. What is that? Madcap beard care? Is that it?
Yeah, J-Bone taking some very strenuous notes over there.
Always pages and pages. This notebook's ready to fall apart. I'm kidding. All right. Well, I also took down the notes. Like we're gonna jump into some news.
.com, J-Bone. .com. Get it right.
.com. .com. So yeah. Shall we jump into some news, Bill?
Oh yeah. Let's take a dip. A 20th anniversary dip in a little J-Bone's news.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, J-Bone's. Yes, content creator.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
Sounded like a Muppet there for a minute. No. All right.
Phenomena.
So you talk about the 5-year anniversary. This is like, I think it's like the 5-year anniversary of me co-hosting / hosting this podcast. I think it's been about 4 years for you and Alicia, I believe.
That sounds about right. Where's time gone, J-Bone?
Man, it's been crazy. If you look at how, number one, how the podcast evolved and how the TNA Impact show has evolved over the last handful of years plus, man, it's been crazy. It really has. You've seen a lot of faces
wild
come
times.
And go, and some faces stay. Some have been a mainstay, some come and go.
Are you talking about TNA or the podcast?
Well, I'm talking about TNA.
Okay.
but yeah, some faces here have come and gone. I mean, Trent, we miss you.
Summer of Trent.
Yeah, that's starting. No, really, it is.
We say it because we love.
I always work on like t-shirt ideas, merch ideas. It's how I keep my brain intact. I work on stuff for my own shop too. I just worked on a 20th. It's in regards to the 20th anniversary of TNA Impact, but it's a TNI shirt. Okay.
Ooh.
And that is, I'm going to upload the design here. The design is going to be live soon, and I'll advertise that. But what I was originally going to say is I'm going to have to like come up with a Where's Waldo kind of shirt, and do a like where's Trent's shirt? You know, put all
Good question.
Put Trent's head in like a big mass bunch. You know,
where's Trent? Where's the scumbag?
Where's the scumbag? Okay, so here's the design. It's coming out soon. I just made this the other day.
Oh,
it's total nonstop. It's a throwback look. So
I like the diamond plating in there, J-Bone. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, I've gotten a little better over time with my design.
Justin, milk carton, not a bad idea.
Put it on the TNI milk carton. TNI milk.
We just have to make sure it's very expired milk.
Oh God,
part of the gag, because we can't have like it being good. It has to be expired. Oh, Daniel Spencer wants a shirt. I still need to get a Daniel Spencer shirt. I was hoping to get one live, but when I went to OVW, they were not there. So I might have to still get it off the PWT store because he has his Back to the Future style. I believe one of his logos is in his
Let me double check. Okay, so I didn't want to say nothing until because I uploaded it on the site, but I usually wait like a few days to make sure they keep it on the site because some stuff I make gets deleted.
Oh yes, very much so, J-Bone.
So and that kind of sucks because I work hard on that stuff. But if you look at the description of the video, the Spread Shop website is where you can find that logo, the TNI shop.
There you go.
So,
check it out.
Just make sure that is, yeah. total-nonstop-impact.myspreadshop.com is where you can find
rolls off the
logo.
tongue.
It's a mouthful, I realize, but that link is in the description of the video. You can go there and you can get that logo on anything.
There you go.
From mouse pads, t-shirts, all that stuff. We even have a Senior Benjamin in the
wow, Senior Benjamin, he's bringing the shovel.
With a shovel. Look out, folks. Look out. Man, I don't know who that is, but I think that's hilarious. We actually got a Senior Benjamin tonight, didn't we? On the show for briefly.
Yeah. The compound's coming back, J-Bone.
Oh man. If Moose goes to the compound, what the hell's gonna happen? My goodness. But yeah, let's talk some news. So enough, I know, enough shilling for me, right? So much has happened in this last week. It's enough to make your head spin because usually we don't get this much news. We went live several times last week. For all of those who are new to the channel, welcome. Because we weren't expecting this kind of response. We got like over 40 new subs within the last few weeks with all the news. Thank you so much and welcome. So make sure you're smashing that like button as we get rolling here.
Now, J-Bone, before you get into all the news,
okay,
you just went through your soapbox shill-a-thon over there.
I did.
I'd be remiss if I did not mention that over the last day or so, and kudos, I'll give all the credit in the world because it's a good thing that TNA allowed, let's just say, high subscribed content creators on Twitch to, and we'll get in all the TNA Plus YouTube Ultimate Insider ramifications from last week that now have surfaced as of today. But they did co-streams. And we know a lot of our Twitch audience here, a lot of our just general audience may have first seen us during the Twitch co-stream days. And I know you're still OGing with the live reaction. But it is good to see that the pretty much, and it's because of the relationship, I imagine right now, the WWE NXT, because that they obviously are more focused on that promotion, not TNA only as we are. But once again, another method for people to watch with reactions. Hopefully, maybe that spreads as a OG co-streamer. We did not get the call, but maybe let people know you want Bill and the Bone Man's reactions. We're happy to do it again because they did have the return of the bumper, J-Bone, because it's at 8, but you don't see the access commercials. So you have kind of the music and the bumper from the old Twitch days. So
you're right.
Hopefully that's something that expands because that was a big thing. But since the end of the co-stream era, it was obviously not what it once was, but that would be a welcome thing. And it is good that they're doing it. Like I said, I'm a very big proponent of the return.
Yeah, we used to have a huge audience because...
especially the international audience.
Right, exactly. You know, we would promote it and be like, hey, we're not blocked. Come on over and watch with us, you know. But I did it first tonight, Bill. I actually did a live reaction while watching from TNA Plus.com.
Yeah, that's a transition right into the rest of the news there.
It is.
I see a lot of comments in the chat about TNA Plus and a lot of positive because obviously this news divided the fan base. That's why we had that special show last week. But I'm hearing a lot of positive comments early on the quality and everything that with the TNA Plus app. Terrence Sullivan here, Coach Keefe. So just the good comments, and let us know how you watch tonight. If you're watching via Access TV, if you're still doing the YouTube Insiders for 99 cents a month, commercial free, or if you signed up for TNA Plus.
Yeah. Now I had one little hiccup at the beginning of it. It said, I forget what it said, but it had two options in the middle of the screen, and it said go back to main page. So I went back to the main page, and I went right back into the show, clicked on it, and it worked. So I had one little hiccup right when it hit the top of the hour. So I missed like just a couple seconds of it. And if you were in the live reaction, you saw my reaction. I was like, oh, here we go. But no, it was fine. I just, like I said, I went out, came right back in, boom, there. And it was still, part of the cold open. So it was fine. Didn't miss nothing really. But yeah, it was, I can't complain. It looked great, HD. And we'll talk about more stuff, but like you can see changes in the production already, with the DMTV, some of the promos. As far as the live wrestling action, that was the same, like good, but you could tell other things have already started changing. So, good stuff.
Yeah. And we know last week when we were talking about it, one of the big out there questions was, well, it's not till 10 o'clock. Like you couldn't watch it until later on TNA Plus. But smartly, I think TNA was listening to the fan base, was listening to people like us saying, you got to get that corrected. And they did.
Right.
For this debut week of it, really. They did it right with the 8 o'clock Access TV. And that is the beauty of owning the TV station, because that would not be an easy solution, because if this was on another network not owned by Anthem, that would be an issue. You can't air at the same exact time, but they can because of this, because it's their own company. So they can kind of do whatever they want, honestly. So that's perfect. And I know that there's still some comments, like, once again, about like, well, the 8:30 option, because some people like to do a commercial free. Now, I believe if you just start it later, then you can fast forward, right? through it if you started it later. But if you start it live, you can. You obviously got to wait. Like, you got to go through the bumpers.
Right.
But I think if you were to jump on at 9 Eastern instead of 8, I think you can go back and then kind of tie. I heard some people doing that. I did not do it that way, but I heard some people were saying they did that. So if that's an option, that could be a way kind of around it.
I'll have to try that. I haven't tried that yet, but I was watching live, and so there was like the commercial bumpers. But here's the difference. If there was, and there always is, like a couple options during the show where they do live picture-in-picture, you just kept the same frame. It didn't shrink. There was no commercial. It just stayed normal size on whatever screen you're watching it on. That's the beauty of it. And you still heard the commentary. So that was fine, Basically, it's probably the equivalent of when Fight TV users are watching AEW. They don't see the commercials. They just still see the actual
and I am wondering, and my first thought, because I know like we'll be right back. It almost feels like, are they gonna then toy with the idea, and maybe the content creators that are out there now doing the co-stream, because I remember we had this conversation years ago, J-Bone, it wound up being Melissa Santos for that while on Twitch, but I think they were toying with the idea of having the fans almost maybe be the bumpers. I think I would not shock me if this is what they're doing for now, but I could see that change at some point as they kind of play with this.
Oh, I'll do it. we were saying that for a long time.
Oh yeah, that was a big topic years ago.
Oh yeah. So, but hey, nonetheless, we're here, still going strong. I say
we never left.
We have the best audience in the world, so we appreciate you guys sticking with us through all the changes that we've gone through, from being in the lounge. We spent the week with
an infamous
Russo.
Week.
Yeah, the 1 week with Russo, it was
you were brand boys for about a week.
Oh God bless Russo. Yeah, and now he's the discussion of who killed WCW probably. All right, so we got a super chat here from the Broken One. Wonderful.
Oh, well, yeah. If we get Broken Matt Hardy giving us a tip, that is
wonderful.
Right. Thoughts on tonight's TNA intro? It was wonderful. Yeah. That what do you call that? The intro, whatever you call it. It was great. It was
the cold
classic.
open.
Yeah. No, it was after the
just
cold
the normal intro, the throwback.
The throwback beginning, yeah. It had the old
the old graphics
song.
are key. Yeah, the old Impact song. They did a great job.
They put all the modern stars in, but it looked like a classic thing with the music. It was awesome. It really
some of
was.
The side by sides on the screens of like the first episodes of Impact versus what they did tonight. It was chef's kiss, J-Bo.
It was. Yeah.
People that love the company are behind that, which is great to see.
Absolutely. One thing I did hear about in the chat during the live reaction, and I'm going to check this out right now. I hear there is more.
More?
Hang on. Oh, so this is different.
Okay.
So the other day, the Euro store was still a link. It is not anymore. They took down the Euro store. Interesting. So maybe the Euro store will get a new website of its own or connected with this one.
That used to be the cheat code to get certain things, like certain DVDs and all that weren't available via the main store.
So, there's a lot of new. You know what? I'm gonna do a share screen of Rooney because there's like too much here to just
share screen of Rooney and J-Bone.
Ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at
the
this.
People want it. The people want it.
It's not. It ain't worth it if I'm actually if I'm not actually showing it to you. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
You sure?
Here's the stuff. Suplex the stigma for mental health awareness. You are more. I love that. That is great. It is mental. It is mental health month. And so that's the back. The front says you are more. So, wow, that is great. I love that. So that's a new one. Here's another new one. This is okay. So this team now is called the Militia. Someone said this in the chat, and I was
the
like,
Militia. Or the Militia.
Well,
I guess it is the Militia.
It's Lish, so it's Militia.
Yeah.
Which is proper. So it's Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards, the Militia. That is wow. I love that. I mean, I love the MK Ultra, but this is cool.
More Lish, more Lish.
Yeah, love it. Give me a triple medium. Mustafa Ali. Vote.
I'm gonna have to put
Ali.
aside my EC3 mug and shirt.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
We've gone political.
In Ali, we trust. This really, truly does look like a political shirt. Red, white, and blue. I love it. So that's the second Ali shirt. So that's okay. Because there's another one that came out a few months ago.
Yeah, it was pretty much him going for that X Division championship.
Yeah. And it's also Pride Month. So here's the Pride logo.
Very nice.
And there's you can get also
a purple, not one of the typical color shirts.
You can also get it in black. So the rainbow on black looks nice, or you can get it in the purple. Purple looks awesome. Do they have they have a 3X? All right. You gotta check. This one, my goodness.
Oh,
this looks sick. Jordan Grace, the Juggernaut. I mean, this looks like straight Hulk comic book colors. I love this.
It's worthy.
Yeah, because she is smashing all the trends right now. Love this shirt. And that might be so here's another one. So here's the one
that's why Justin was saying he has 3 shirts.
Okay, so this is
check the box.
Yeah, you can actually check the box here instead of the elephant or the ass. Excuse me. In Ali we trust. I love it.
Now it's funny, J-Bone. When I first saw that from afar earlier in the week, I thought that was the Anthem Al.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it almost.
I'm like, they're bringing the Al back.
Yeah, right. But no, it's the Ali symbol he's been using. Yeah, very.
But
good.
I look at that and I can't not think of Brewster's Millions, J-Bone.
Brewster's Millions. Wow, that's a blast from the past.
None of the above.
And this might be the last of the new ones. Sorry, my pages. Come on, page.
It's in such demand. It's loading so slowly.
Yeah, right. The site's coming down. Hang on, folks.
Well,
yeah,
if you say his name, it will appear, J-Bone.
So yeah, okay. Everybody say Joe Hendry. See,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There it is. It appeared.
Says, yep, there it is. It says, we believe. We, as in.
That's for the Montreal crowd.
Yeah. We. Yes. So I think that's it for the new stuff. It's really
the merch game is strong.
Yeah, merch game is strong. We love it.
Yeah, especially if you're maybe new, if you've maybe come over from watching NXT programming or WWE programming. Hey, we know Jordynne made a big impact this past Tuesday, J-Bone. So if you're here, you can get some gear while you're at it.
Yeah.
Justin's right. There is a new ABC one as well.
There's a new ABC one. There's a new Good Hands one. Yeah. And there's another.
They pay off to get a shirt.
One. Yeah. Right. Totally. So, yeah. Great new merch. I think the only thing else we need is like some. I wish they would put out not just T-shirts, but get some mugs, get some cups, get some flags. Remember the OG flags?
Well, they were big with like the flag type banners. That was a staple of TNA years ago. Mainly the knockouts would get them, obviously, and then like your occasional Kurt Angle, Hardy, AJ Styles.
Yeah. They better put out new Gisele merchandise.
We'll talk about the new Gisele that we saw today.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's it for merch. Is there any updates that you've heard as far as backstage?
Well, we really most of that hit after last week's show, J-Bone. So we should probably go over kind of the full details of those that have been mentioned as no longer with the company.
That's true. Pardon me. So the what the hell is marketing guy, Lou,
yes.
T-shirt, was that T-shirt guy?
Well, no, he was signed Guy Dudley and Louis Dangerously.
That's it. So I knew I was trying to think the ECW catchphrase with him. Yeah. His gimmick there.
Yeah, which was the last one kind of that came out. But once again, like we don't know really what's going on back there, but obviously we saw a lot of different things happening over the last couple months, some bigger venues, some good ticket sales. So, but once again, it seems like obviously there's still a lot of changes going on with the corporate direction. So I think a lot of that's still settling down, but yeah, that's and obviously I like Lou a lot, so wish him nothing but the best. Obviously, he has a pedigree in this business, so
absolutely,
definitely we'll be staying tuned to see what he does next. But yeah, that was one. Then on the creative side, there was R.D. Evans.
He was one
you
of the
might have
writers.
Most recently seen on television as the Barrister. The character he was on television. But he is no longer with creative from all sounds of it. And then big guy for the product on TV. And that's Dave Sahadi, who's been in and out of the company for a real long time. One of the best that like a lot of them were kind of surprising, but that might be my biggest surprise. Just because it's such a fixture kind of and always known as like a good eye. But once again, we kind of seen it with some other parts of the company where people are kind of relaying it, and we know there's kind of people in the wings, and that's just like kind of with any other business. So
sure,
I'm sure that's part of it. And then there's been the news that you can read tea leaves that maybe it's related or not, but Invicta, which also is Anthem owned, is about to ramp up, start doing live events again. So I think you could warrant that plays a part in it. But we'll see what happens. That's the latest.
My sweetie's in the chat.
There you go.
Good evening, Mrs. Bone.
Hopefully we got one like because of that, J-Bone.
Yeah, right. Hopefully she likes it. But yeah, she's been gone all week because she's in Boston.
Oh,
yeah, she's in Boston with one of our girls, Cassie, and doing some house sitting. So yeah, everyone say hello to Mrs. Bone in the chat.
hello.
I
And
miss you,
it's
sweetie.
a big night in Boston because it was game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight.
Oh
Celtics
yeah,
hosting the Mavericks.
yeah. Hopefully, hopefully she's staying in tonight and avoiding the chaos. But she said Boston has been absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
A great trip. And I gotta say this. I gotta say this publicly because I hear them catch a lot of flack, especially in the entertainment business, as far as wrestlers using Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines, I have to say, went out of their way to treat my wife with the utmost respect because they saw her walking with a cane, and she is disabled, and they went out of their way to make her as comfortable as possible on the plane. They took her out of the back of the plane. They moved her more towards the front, and they made sure that she had a wheelchair ready if needed. So all these things. So I gotta say, props to Delta Airlines for just making this trip, at least getting there, getting to and hopefully from on Saturday. Really good, really good.
That's
So
always good to hear. It's
know,
always good to hear when
you always
travel
hear the
goes
negative.
well.
You gotta give them their flowers when there's positive. So, but hey, thanks for watching, babe. I love you, and I can't wait to see you soon.
There you go. And with that,
Alicia's
in the house.
We bring in Alicia,
and my screen went dark.
Oh no!
Boo! Screen.
Well, it tends to wear off, so let's just write it out. How you guys doing? Still on the news?
Still on the news. Big news.
We're bouncing around. Yeah.
Well, it's been T-shirts for like the last 10 minutes.
T-shirts.
Yeah,
everybody gets a T-shirt.
Yeah. And then we're also talking. We just started talking about the personnel because a lot of that stuff came out right within like 24 hours after our last show.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I would feel bad if I had J-Bone go on one more additional time last week. So,
right. Yeah, big
I would
things
not
are
be
happening
blamed for the downfall of the Bone Man.
That's all you're at it. I look at it as like these changes are going to be nothing but positive for the company. Look, if you ever look at the news, stuff like this happens all the time in WWE and other companies. The thing is, when it hits a smaller company like TNA, it feels bigger. It's like, oh, the world is ending. There's a personnel change. It's like, no. That's
the business, baby.
Yeah, look, and our sources that we've heard behind the scene, we've heard that everything's going to be fine. We haven't heard anything specific, but we haven't heard anything negative. Everything's going to be fine. So we got to go by that, and that's what we'll tell you because that's what we've heard. We're not gonna, tell you that, like some other sources, like, oh, WWE's getting ready to buy TNA. All right, look. Let's be real here for a second. If WWE was about to buy TNA, why is TNA going through all this trouble for you to go into their TNA Plus streaming? Okay. Number one, if WWE was buying TNA, that'd be down, right? That's let's be real here. So,
well, nobody knows, right? So I don't know.
All right, we
can't speculate. It's just nobody knows until they announce something.
We got to go off of what we're just watching on TV right now, and that's that Jordan Grace is turning lots of heads in the wrestling world.
The bee's knees.
Yeah,
she's making history.
She is.
Her
it's
story.
Amazing. Alicia, I want to get you weren't on the show for a week or two. I want to get your response first from like all this stuff that's happened within the last week from Jordan Grace showing up on NXT and headlining the next NXT event against Roxanne Perez.
I think it's monumental. I think Jordynne deserves it, and that's pretty awesome. It's really putting eyes on her, eyes on the product. I don't see any real negatives coming from this. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's great for the wrestling world. It's, the term Forbidden Door has been tossed around the last few years. And now there's a new one, and I can't think of what the hell they're calling it. It's something with 2 P's. It's the Jordan Grace put out the something portal. Jordan Grace even put a tweet out about it. It's kind of funny. So yes, that is a turtle behind Alicia. Yeah, she has turtles.
Oh yeah, so, there's still one back there.
Yes. Prohibited portal? No, yeah. I don't think it's
prohibited.
Is it the prohibited portal?
Trademark. Prohibited portal.
Yeah, it's trademarked. Yeah, so
yeah, they all got it. Bang.
Get the t-shirt.
Don't get J-Bone all in a fuss. He'll be up all night.
You're right. One. Yeah. No, we can only call it the phenomenal porthole if AJ Styles is involved. Then we'll call it phenomenal. But until then, we'll go with prohibited. Green beans for everyone. Let's see. So we had the changes with TNA Plus. And like I said, tonight was the first time I actually did a live reaction while watching TNA Plus live, and that went beautifully. So, hopefully that stays that way. I mean, everything else I've watched on there has been golden. So I really wasn't expecting anything different, hopefully everyone else had the same experience.
Yep.
Alicia, you were having some troubles. What were you watching it on?
Well, I was going to watch on the YouTube because I didn't get the memo about everything and ended up having to get the app because there was no membership option.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I didn't look hard enough, but everything I normally do wasn't there.
Well, what did you have previously? Did you have the $4.99 a month plan? Or
yeah.
So that went away. So you had to resubscribe to the 99-cent a month plan or go over to the app.
I just went to the app, whatever. If they're actually going to do what they need to do to kind of make it better, then I'm just going to do that.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Sorry, guys. My screen won't come back on, so let me just kind of boot out and restart really quick.
That's fine. We'll see you in a minute.
There you go.
All right. Cool.
Thumbs up.
All right. She'll be right back. Bonus, baby. Let's go all in on the speculation. We'll touch on this and then we'll move on because this is hilarious. WWE just filed a new trademark for WCW WWE is buying TNA and merged it with NXT to make a new WCW. Bonus, baby. I want what you're sipping on tonight because damn.
Well, they might as well because it's like WCW's been in the news lately. We know down south loves themselves some WCW. So it's probably just for marketing. There'll probably be like a stable called WCW or something at some point.
Well, if you look, the information that came out about the trademark it's specifically for merchandise.
Yeah,
okay?
There you go.
So
sell shirts, hats,
mugs, thongs, all the lovely wrestling merchandise that you
bring back the cologne.
Bring on.
Turn off all the ladies.
Ring rust.
Or dudes if you're into that.
It's Pride Month. Everyone wants to smell.
That's right.
Great.
You can equally repel anyone.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to smell like Lex Luger or not. I'm sorry. He was one of my favorites, so I had to throw that out there. But no, it's just from all the things. Yes, Justin Thongs. Everybody buy the new WCW thongs. And they'll say Nitro on it, and there'll be the sales will explode. Anyways, I don't know where the hell I was going before.
Any other news, J-Bone? Do you want to talk more a little quickly about maybe some of those NXTers hinting at an impact?
Yeah, we should, because there are some specific names out there that have been talked about. It is official now. I mean, we talked about
officially official.
Week. It's officially official. Yeah, the poster's out. They're putting up the poster absolutely everywhere around town. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Grace, TNA Knockouts World Championship Open Challenge live Friday, June 14th at Against All Odds. You heard it here. Well,
right on.
Not really now, first. You heard
now,
it here
hopefully this goes the way we want it to, J-Bone, and not like a Melrose Ballroom Open Challenge that didn't go so well.
Oh, Lordy. Don't jinx it. Jiminy Christmas.
I'm not going to hit enlarge screen.
Yeah, there. Don't touch it.
Don't touch nothing.
It's working. It's working.
It's only StreamYard that does this. My laptop doesn't do this any other time.
StreamYard.
Oi. Won't let me connect directly to Facebook either.
So we're talking about some names that have been speculated for showing up in the Impact Zone.
You guys fucking kill me with this.
There's an open challenge officially made tonight in Chicago.
If you
saw this
NXT,
Tuesday's NXT, there were people hinting at it.
Yes.
There were multiple ladies swimming around Jordynne Grace backstage, but the last face that we saw that commented about wanting Jordan's title and actually trying to touch it was Tatum Paxley. Now, that name is very new to me, and I'm sure to many others in our audience. You looked like you wanted to say something, Alicia.
I know. I was just going to say I do not watch NXT, so I am unfamiliar with their roster.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. For a 2-hour show, for being developmental, and I used to watch it all the time back when Adam Cole was on there. I watched it
Black and
years.
Gold boy.
Yeah. And then I strayed away from it, just because everything changed. And but I tell you, that crop of students is busting their ass, and there's some damn good wrestling going on that show. So I'll give it a thumbs up. This last week's show is the first show I watched in a long time, and
I think that's
really
what a lot of people. Very good rating. They pulled the demos, if that matters to you.
There you go. You got your 50-year-old here watching it. There you go. There's your demo.
Oh, they don't want that demo, J-Bo.
Oh, come on.
They want that buyer demo. A little younger.
Old school still cool.
Old school still cool though.
Yeah. But it was a good show. So Tatum Paxley wants a title. That is one name that we think will possibly show up in Chicago. There was a picture floating around of Jordan Grace hamming it up backstage with Natalya. So,
well, her name's been floating for a while.
Yeah, especially with the Canada show coming. So.
Since before Jordynne popped up over at NXT, the people have been talking about her coming to TNA. But I think it was like a contract ending speculation, some kind of thing like that.
Yeah. I mean, this is a different time in WWE. So if stuff is going to happen, there's much more chances now.
Yeah, and Alicia, I don't know if you noticed this, but in the biggest news, honestly, Jordynne Grace, all the kudos in the world. Mm-hmm. But Triple H, Shawn Michaels, all tagged TNA Wrestling in social media posts this week. Mm-hmm. Like, not only did she have the Knockouts title all over the TV show NXT this week, and came out with NXTNA on the back of her gear, but like that the higher ups in that company, like this is not the norm. Like you had the Mickey James came out with the belt. That was a huge step.
Well, that was the step to make the steps happen.
Yeah, exactly. And
let's give credit where it's due.
Oh yeah, Mickey's Mickey's the GOAT.
Mickey wore the TNA women's belt at the Royal Rumble.
And that was key. That was breaking. That was breaking. So we love ourselves.
Hardcore country.
We love some hardcore country.
And we now have Jordynne breaking glass ceilings. I think it's cool. It's interesting, especially, I think WWE at this point has proved that there ain't no one bigger. And so it's beneficial to them as a company to, be extending out to the smaller companies. And for one that's televised, I think that's pretty big. That's pretty big of them.
Oh yeah, no, it's different. It's that's why this is getting so much attention this week. And obviously we deserve a lot of attention in here because this does affect obviously TNA in a major way. So
it really does. It really does.
I hope it will. I mean, I really hope it will because there's been so many people saying, oh, yeah, well, they're not even breaking the top 100 and blah, 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 blah. It's like,
who?
It's like, can we stop talking about the Nielsen's ratings? There are so many more people watching on other streaming services, TNA Plus, YouTube. Come on.
I think people watch the ratings more than the shows. So,
Well, most people comment and don't watch anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Who has the time?
Hey, people are talking about this. I want to talk about it too. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Hot take.
Hot taquito.
It's more like lukewarm at this point. Jeez Louise.
Anyway, this is good. This is interesting.
Yeah. One more name I'll mention, and then we'll get to the show. Brooks Jensen is a name that has been mentioned sporadically. And I say sporadically because there was some news about him actually being done with the company.
Well, that's kind of the angle, right now.
It's a work. It's wrestling.
Work, brother.
That's the thing is.
Then he said he was coming.
Yeah. well, he was showing up at
Maybe
NXT
he would.
house shows and getting kicked out of them. So it's like, wait a minute, what? And that's when it started. Like, oh, okay. So he got into like commentators' faces during a commercial, and then he was exited out by security, and then he made social media posts about, I can go wherever I want. Maybe I'll make an impact. So it's like, okay. And it's one name that I've been kind of casually watching over the last year or so, just kind of getting associated with some of these new names and faces in NXT. Some of them more often than not because they got called up to the main roster now. Well, some of the ones who got called up to the main roster have actually not been featured. I think there's an article out there about Dijak. We'll have to wait and see about that one. Hey, maybe Dijak will show up. I love Dijak. He's great. So no, I'm not knocking him. It's just I'd rather see him on Raw.
So is this guy going for Jordan's Belle Open Challenge? I'm confused.
Oh no, this is just people that are going to cross the line. As far as, because it's not just Jordan. We got
listen. I might be still a little salty about it, but I think this might go better than that other crossover from a while back.
Oh,
I got a feeling that they're gonna share the keg and be respectful about it when they're done.
And the thing is, it could have went better, that other one, but you have to have a partner, and that partner didn't want to do business in a certain way. I'll call it what it is. It was fine. Kenny Omega, it is that helped. That was a good thing. It was a good storyline, but obviously there was a plan for a payoff, and they backed out of the payoff. Bad business.
I definitely equate that, and I'll still say it, is that it was like we were the nerds having the kegger party, and the jocks showed up, AEW, and drank all our beer. Oh, cat just walking all over everything. Don't turn the squeeze black. The jocks showed up, drank all our beer, tapped the keg, and poured the foam on our heads and threw the cups in our faces before they left.
But they brought some extra people to the party, and they paid a small cover charge, is pretty much what happened. So they got a little bit of a bump. They had what was it? The
Rebellion. We made them look great.
Had good sales for us for TNA. So that there were some fringe benefits, and it started off fine. It just ended terribly.
Right.
We could go on. We could dedicate a whole show to this.
Was TNA legend, the instant classic Christian Cage, did the best he could with a bad situation.
Yeah,
I'll give him credit in the situation.
Well, at least Christian had something to do with Impact, so it's whatever. But it was just I got to buy
already the shine to TNA from the partner company is already more. It's already happened. Because they would not really acknowledge it. Only TNA was acknowledging the other company. On their show, it was almost never acknowledged, except for a few times. And this pretty much was a feature on their show already.
And now step in WWE, and Jordan's already got a shot at the championship.
There you
go. For NXT. I feel like that speaks volumes on how partnership or whatever this is, how a team up, so to speak, might go. It's just good all around. Everybody looks good in the long run.
Exactly.
And that's the point.
And I'll even say this. I think if you look at the situation big picture wise, I think Jordynne has a hell of a chance of taking that championship.
I'd be shocked if she doesn't.
I'd be.
I think that's the storyline. She's taking over.
I think initially you look at it it's a 3-show deal. Okay, that's what you assume with. Oh yeah, she's gonna be at Battleground, and that's it. I don't know.
I'm biased. I'm going to be rooting for Jordynne. I probably won't watch, obviously, but I'll be rooting for her in spirit.
You can get the Peacock site and watch it on there.
I'm good. Thank you.
Just saying.
We've discussed many times why that won't happen.
No, I know. I just
let it be.
I won't.
Let it be.
Okay. I won't harass you about it.
Because it's like banging your head against a brick wall.
We'll let you know what happens.
Thanks. Yeah, just keep me posted.
We talked about it earlier.
Me.
Ray J's world there, but great to see that there were certain content creators in the WWE community that were co-streaming the show tonight.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Hopefully
That's
that
great
continues.
too.
There you go. Get more. They know they have a plan here to get in front of more people, and that's the goal.
Right. Yeah.
But I think we got a show to review, J-Bone.
I was going to say on that note,
yeah.
About 58 minutes into the show, let's start the show.
Yeah. Well, there's
J-Bone's like, I want to talk more news.
Well, what did you guys you guys started early tonight, didn't you? Or did you not? No, you didn't. I was going to say, I tuned in.
We're not a show that starts early.
45 minutes in, and the news hadn't even started yet. You were
there we
on
go.
the first
Critical
topic.
Stig. The signal went up.
Critical. What is up, dude? Well, yeah. So yeah, let's get into this. So we are talking about the 20th anniversary. This is kind of how we started off, just big picture wise, 20 years. Wow, And then I had to put us over saying that this podcast. I've been with this podcast for 5 years now, running YouTube. 4 years now running. It's been a wild ride just watching the company evolve over the last handful plus years and everything. And now we'll look where we are. We're talking about partnerships with the big dog, literally,
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We'll
allegedly, Bound for Glory is going to be international.
Well, good.
People are running to the UK as an idea because they're saying not Canada and Mexico, but unknown origins right now.
Hey,
they deserve it.
I don't know if I'm really buying that yet, but we'll see.
I'm just saying, the UK crowds deserve.
Oh yeah, no, I think they will. I think the next show that will be there will be a pay-per-view. I do agree. I just don't know.
They always, no matter who goes there, it's always good turns out. It's good wrestling countries out there. Like, come on, it's great.
Oh yeah, I believe I saw confirmation. I think it may have been from PCO himself that for Montreal Slammiversary, it is I think officially over 2,000 tickets sold.
Bam.
Let's go.
It'll be like the glory days, like when you used to watch, TNA, and there was people everywhere. It looked like there were just people in the aisles. There were so many people.
Right.
That are like the crowd. Have over 2,000 people in the crowd. Can't see them.
And that's what the arenas looked like back with the UK invasion,
Yeah.
And there was guys out there like Drew Galloway.
Okay, all right, buddy. Professional wrestling. The same professional wrestling.
The brain goes to mush. All right. 20-year anniversary, TNA Impact. That's what we're talking tonight. We're starting out crazy here. I'm sorry. I almost went mid-show here because I didn't have my correct page here. We had the old school intro. We touched on this a little bit. Alicia, what'd you think of that old school intro?
It was an old school intro. Like you know better than to ask me stuff like that. It was an intro. It happened fast. Started the show.
the product, you can just tell that production already getting a step up.
And we'll talk about it later with some of the backstage stuff and the promo work from like Rosemary and stuff like that. We're seeing a lot of different takes, even when we get to the start of the show. There was something I noticed and I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue, but talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. We start out in the ring wise.
Wait, I remember.
What? Okay.
So one thing I noticed was that at the start of the show, they did a cityscape of the city they were in, and that is such a WWE shit to do. Is like they normally have like the drone shot of the arena or the town that they're in.
On certain shows, but not consistently.
Yeah,
like for like some big shows, pay-per-views, not usually for TV.
This seemed unusual to me, and I noticed it right at the start of the show. Is that it was the sunset view of where they were, and
a beautiful sunset.
I like that. I like sunsets. It set a good vibe. Like, oh yeah, it's the city that we're in, and let's start the show.
And walks on the beach.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, they are heading to Tampa, so maybe there will be some walks on the beach.
Oh.
They were on the river or waterfront, wherever they are.
There is a water.
Yeah.
Because since you're in Ohio, Kentucky, there's water right there.
There's water. It was a beautiful shot.
Water everywhere. Water. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Khan versus Jake something.
Who Nelly?
I know a lot of people. Khan is not their cup of tea. I love this match. We get to see, we're straying away from the Khan versus PCO, which I love that too. But it was time to step away from that. So it's something fresh. Jake something. I looked at it going into this match. Jake something needed this win desperately. Yeah. As much as I love Khan, he's the new big badass bad guy on the show. That's what he's, the self-declared. But Jake something has been, and it's not a knock on him, but he's been kind of in neutral lately. Mm-hmm. He needed a big win here.
Saying he got downshifted?
Yes. I'm not a car guy.
Pairing Diener back with him kind of slowed him down the momentum a little because it kind of took it out of the focus of where he should be going, and that should be building up to some kind of title. Again, I'm pretty biased on this. Is that I think we all can agree that they need to put some kind of a belt on Jake something.
Right,
it's long overdue.
Something, right?
I think the idea was probably the X title. But obviously, everything going on with Ali and him being around probably put that back burner. Because remember that we saw the teases as far back as Hard to Kill about Jake something in the X division. So, and obviously he had his title match. So I think that was the plan for him. But things, as we know in wrestling, are subject to change.
That's the card subject to change. There's the digital media championship. There's a lot, but I think that as long as they can get them on the course to one of those directions, that's fine. But yes, great for the win. Jake something.
Yeah, build them up for Slammiversary.
Hell yeah.
Maybe
whatever.
A King of the Mountain match.
And big ups to Eric Young coming out for this one for the save, because Khan is a sore loser.
Right,
a sore loser.
Yeah.
Jake something was leaving the ring, and Khan
blindsided him.
That he just started pounding the crap out of him, and in runs Eric Young. And so it was great to have him, get the save here with Jake something. And then he stayed in the ring with the mic and kind of kicked off the 20th anniversary vibe of the whole show.
Does it look like I give a damn?
Well, he
almost old enough to drink.
I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. Come on, who wasn't drinking before 20?
We know, J-Bone. We know.
Yo, that high school
Frowned
graduation
upon.
party.
No, nobody was. J-Bone, don't encourage the
Never.
one,
Come on.
the one young person who watches the show. The one person in the 18 to 25 demographic.
The stories
Hey,
tell, but
Critical Sting. I don't know. Critical Sting was always the youngest guy in the chat.
He's the youngest, but the wisest. I'm gonna say that he is like the TNA wiki.
Soul.
Anytime we get stumped on something, it's like, "Oh, Critical, help us!" And he always comes through.
Now I don't know. There
Sting
was
is
somebody that came on and was younger than Critical Sting, and it was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" But I'm not sure if that person is still around. I don't know if
Probably not. Probably watched for one episode. It was like, these old ass motherfuckers. What the hell am I watching?
those old heads talking wrestling.
Old heads talking wrestling. But watching wrestling since before you were born.
Those 50-year-old bald fat motherfucker.
I used to have to walk uphill barefoot both ways to go see the wrestling shows.
There you go.
In
Don't
4
worry.
feet of snow.
And Critical Sting, he doesn't give in to any pressures. Don't worry, y'all ain't pushing me to drink. I've seen it. There you go. He's good.
If I could tell you what happened to me at the graduation party, you'd never drink. That's all I'm going to say.
It's a story we don't need to delve into, I think.
No, you don't. Trust me. Oh, I ain't telling it, but I'm just saying it's that bad.
That sounds like a TNI after dark, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
R.I.P.
You catch my drift.
R.I.P.
Oh, but we're still here, man. We're still here.
We're still standing.
That's right.
Barely.
With some assistance. Next, we got Gia Miller live backstage with the self-proclaimed king of TNA, Kaz. And he gets joined by the system, and they have a lovely little conversation. Poor Gia Miller. She's just, standing here in the middle, waving the, microphone back and forth between this conversation going on between the two. Basically, Kaz saying, "Hey, I'll take care of this Nic Nemeth problem, and Moose, when I do that, you can give me a title shot." And I'm thinking, in your dreams, some might say, but yeah, this is a cool little segment.
Can I just say that I love that Masha Slamovich helped Alicia get the tag team belts, and we haven't seen her since.
But she got merch.
Well, that's something, but I'm just saying is that I'm not knocking it. I know I sound really sarcastic right now, but truthfully, I think that's interesting that they're portraying it is that like Alicia's just acting like it's a solo piece.
Yes, she's not part of the system.
She's not part of the system. It's just, oh yeah, I got Masha helped me get this belt, but whatever. I'm a champion.
Masha got the system rub.
Hey, you know what? That's called a W. Making what the kids call that's a dub. That's a win. You got the belt, and you don't gotta.
As we call a big W. Next week,
stuff.
It will be wonderful.
What does that say? I'm too scared to get out of the full screen because my screen. What does that say?
Alicia, and Masha in a match.
Tag team? Yes.
Oh, tag team. Oh, yeah, because they have to defend. Like, now who's the team though? Who are they? Do we know? Oh, it's a mystery. Tis mystery.
I think it's one of those infamous inaction.
Oh wait, is it? Oh, I was gonna say what. Because they announced a few matches for next week. Like there's Zachary Wentz versus fill in the blank. I can't remember. There was a few announced. I'm sorry. My brain. It's too much stuff going on. All right. Next segment here, we're back to backstage. I think this was after a commercial break. Gia Miller's backstage with Steph DeLander. She certainly has been talked about a lot recently with all this stuff with PCO. And in walks Zaya Brookside. It's I love Brookside's reaction. She walks in and she's just like, "You guys are so cute," and she is pushing for this. Like she is just building this whole universe of Steph DeLander and PCO, and just trying to get Steph DeLander comfortable in it. Like they were like,
she ships it.
What was in the card?
I love that Steph DeLander goes, "I think PCO has a crush on me." Like, okay, I hope that's what it is. Because for all we know, this is a work, and he's gonna, like, I don't know. This is gonna be her worst nightmare, maybe. I hope they team up. I think it would be interesting, but
it's got to be something drastically positive that comes out of this. It can't be,
versus
Gary,
Wentz and Santana.
Thank you. Yes, and absolutely bring it, because we're going to get to that feud in a minute. But yeah, I love this segment. Just Steph DeLander just reacting to Gia Miller and Zaya Brookside just giggling like little schoolgirls about this situation. I loved it. It's if this is our dose of comedy in the realm of TNA, where everything else is semi-violent and you got feuds going on and I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna get you, I'm here for it. This is our little
our friend Daniel William Clark referencing, and I remember this storyline, kind of like a modern day George the Animal Steele pining for Miss Elizabeth.
Oh my God. That is, okay. I'm old enough. I remember that one. That is some brilliant stuff right there. And if anyone else remembers that one, thank you, Mr. Clark. That is amazing storytelling right there. Honestly, not that far off, really. Except that there really isn't someone behind Steph DeLander like, no, you can't have her,
Yeah.
Unless it was Khan, but I don't think Khan's in this situation anymore.
No, I felt like he was previously with the whole stuff with Alan Angels, but now not as much.
Yeah. So, yeah, great comparison. Next we got the return. This was more than welcome to see. The return of Gisele Shaw versus someone I've heard a lot of fans talk about over the years that she should become part of the Knockouts roster. Shazza McKenzie.
Shazza.
What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of this?
Thoughts, Alicia?
Oh, me first. Okay. Well, it's exciting to see Gisele back after her long hiatus of meditation and coming through, and with the new gear and new attitude, I think she's on the right track. A little lackluster as far as her return. I'm not sure. I can't really pinpoint what it was for me personally, but I felt like it could have been a little bigger of a deal. Does that make any sense?
No, it totally does. I get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you talking about facing someone else?
Maybe that was it. I'm not sure what it was. I don't know. I just don't feel like there was enough hype put on it.
Okay.
Enough emphasis. I don't mean to sound negative, because I'm happy to see her back, and it was a good match.
No, I totally get what you're saying, and I think part of it is the crowd response. I think the crowd was
it was a surprise because it was not announced. She just appeared.
Yeah.
You didn't really even know the vignettes were coming. So like
There
it
you
was
go.
kind of out of the blue.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, there
It
was
just didn't
Definitely
feel-
working as a face.
I'm big on Gisele, so I feel like it should have been a bigger deal. That's all.
Yeah.
She looks great though, and I love the new gear.
The gears that like the
blue
the
flames.
pop. Yeah, and the popped collar.
Very cool. And you know me, I love blue. So yeah, I popped for the new gear too. So yeah, she looked great out there.
We know you in blue, J-Bone.
Oh,
Taya Valkyrie still remembers.
Oh, God. Y'all gonna make me blush.
Ew.
Next. But yeah, great to see Gisele back. But I totally agree with you, Alicia, as far as it needed something, but we get why it happened like that. Yeah. Rosemary. Man, these Rosemary vignettes
Have been dope. She's dope though, so like good luck botching that at all. I'm sure you could give her nothing to work with and she'd make a masterpiece out of it. Courtney Rush, Miss Rosemary is incredible.
We're getting the Rosemary push that I think a lot of us have wanted.
The rebuild back into the main champ status, and I'm cool with that because she's an exuberant champion. So
yeah, it feels like she should always be in play in the main event of the knockouts. And that obviously she's been in the tag focus for the last couple of years, honestly, since it came back. So, and obviously there was an injury before that, but I think that's long past at this point. So this feels like time to have the run, the Rosemary run.
Right. Yeah. Singles competition. She killed it in the tag deal with Havoc, you know.
I love Havoc.
Being a baby face or a heel team, which it's gone back and forth, which is fine. You know, it happens.
Either or. Right. Or when they're a little bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah. Like biting the face off. It's like, you know, they were I think they were heels, but they got a baby face pop out of that, you know, the whole place.
Well, they're just so loved, and it seems like with Havoc and Rosemary as a duo, they can't do any wrong because they just do a great job.
Yes.
Totally.
And that's there's something to be said, like where, like, because acts do become so beloved, it's almost where no matter what they do creatively, they can't get boos. So you got to give credit to that, but you also got to give credit to acts that are long staples in this company, like an Eddie Edwards, a Moose with the system that have been here forever and have fan bases because of that longevity, and they can get heat still. So not the easiest thing to do when, especially if you worked babyface for long portions of it. Moose kind of goes back and forth a lot, but Eddie, up until Honor No More, he was pretty much a face his whole time.
Even when he wasn't, like, it was like, oh yeah, we love that crazy mofo.
It's that Eddie Edwards. Come on.
Yeah.
It's just Eddie.
And I've been a fan of his going back 10 plus years, going back to his Ring of Honor days when I first started watching.
The Wolfpack, yeah.
Oh my God. Well, back when that was his top rival was Davey Richards.
And then they formed the team.
Yeah, that was crazy, you know. That was also my introduction to guys like Kevin Steen. But I digress.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh, yeah, it's knocked out somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Oh, anyways. Next we got Mike Santana. By the way, before we touch on this segment, please go out of your way to watch the new Immersed on social media, the YouTube, on the TNA YouTube. Great joint from George Barbosa. knocked it out of the park again. He's done so many of these, and they're just amazing behind the scene stories with a little bit of kayfabe, a little bit of realism. You get a little mix of this and that, but amazing storytelling.
Yes. And J-Bone, while we have a second here, I do want to wish, as we're crossing the Eastern time zone into the next day here, want to wish happy birthdays to legendary knockout ODB, and also friend of the show, Kevin Martin, celebrating a birthday on the 6th.
Ah, yes, Big Kev. Yes, Big Kev. Happy birthday. Very cool. So, but yeah, go watch Immersed. It's amazing. It's about 20 minutes long, I think. So Mike Santana's backstage doing Mike Santana things, and Macklin bugs him. And Mike's like, dude, really? You again? And especially after you watch Immersed, you totally understand like everything, you know? It's like you understand the feud. And so Macklin's asking him for help with the Rascals because the Rascals just won't quit. Go ahead.
Last I checked, it was Macklin who can't fucking let it go. Okay, like
that too.
That's why it was like when he was like, I'm like reading here because I missed the segment, and I'm like, wait, Macklin's trying to get Santana to help him with the Rascals when I could have sworn like 2-3 weeks ago Macklin was like, all right, it's done, because he like jumped them after a match or something. And he was like,
then they
oh,
jumped
like,
him
it's
back.
squashed. Yeah, but like he you know, sure.
Just another have a whiskey neat.
You see how I feel like this has run its course though, like, and now it's like, oh, let's just throw Santana into this, and even though Macklin should have been done with it, even though he said he was done with it 3 weeks ago.
But is Macklin the new Bully Ray? Can you trust Macklin, or is he just going to turn on everybody?
Well, if you looked at the look on Santana's face, it was absolutely priceless. It's like, you know, he's said in interviews nonstop over the last month since coming back, and he's like, I'm doing the solo thing. I've done the tag thing for years. That was the first half of my career. This is something new. He doesn't want to do the tag stuff anymore. So this look on his face as he's talking to Macklin, like, dude,
it's just really? One and done. It's like, yeah, well, it's been kind of one and done for like a month now, dude. Like, let's just let it go.
Yeah.
They're just gonna spray you with their little green hair stuff. Their little food dye spritzer.
Nobody wants the green stuff. Well, there's other green stuff, but anyways.
Hey, you know what?
The Rascals know about the green stuff. So yeah. We're getting Santana versus Wentz. So I guess he's agreeing to this.
He's agreed, J-Bone.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I think it's at against all odds.
The tag match will be at against all odds.
Yeah.
There's a singles match next week.
Oh yeah. I'm focused on the bigger picture, J-Bone.
Right. We will eventually. Dr. Gerbs. He's a fan of the green stuff. All right. So, and then we get a sponsor here. At least this is where I wrote it down. I don't know where it was put in here, but a mention of the a sponsorship for the movie Impulse that is streaming now. I'm guessing that was through the entertainment company.
Yeah, what
that's
Gravitas
under
Pictures,
Anthem.
I believe.
Yeah, probably one of those. Yes. So by all means, in the chat, if anyone's watched it, let us know. I've got it written down here. I'm probably going to check it out sometime,
It
depending
looked
on where
intriguing.
I can find it.
Intriguing.
I know, Billy, you've checked out a few of these sponsored.
I have. I
movies.
even saw one of them in the theaters. I remember. So I try to support the company as much as I can. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely check it out. It looked the trailer definitely caught my attention. So I will.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Go check out the trailer. All right. Next, we got this for me personally, match of the night. You guys know I always talk about I gush over tag team stuff. Speedball Mountain versus Ali and Campaign Singh. I couldn't get enough of this match. I wish this match was longer. This was amazing. The storytelling in this match. Speedball, stuck on the other side of the ring, can't get a tag in. Ali and Campaign actually working together here pretty well. The Speedball Mountain does get the win here, but what did you guys think of this this combination? Because it's all
I missed this match.
Okay, Bill.
No, good tag action for sure. Obviously, Speedball and Mountain have been working together for a while, and after their match against each other, just like we saw with ABC, they're still on good terms, working together. Yes, but then, but I'll tell you, surprisingly cohesive as well. Ali and Campaign Singh, who obviously don't have much of a history together. So them working together as a team, like you figured it could work pretty well, and it did. But we did see right until the end. Right until the end, it didn't quite work out for him. But they were kind of better than I thought. But then there was that ending, and that's why they're tag teams for a reason, and not just kind of put together. So. But they have some room to grow, Ali and Campaign, if it's going to be together. But I am hoping they can find a role for Shira as head of security in the near future. And I know people are wondering where Bhupinder is. I think the last we saw him was in Windsor, so not sure. But we see now it's tough to get everyone on the show as is. Especially if they're doing a storyline where we're going to see some talents from another company start showing up at times. So it's going to be even tougher to kind of get on TV. So, but no, I think this is obviously they had to give Trent that shot at going for the title of dethroning Ali. You had to have Speedball Mountain be victorious in this match because that's the only way you go. Okay, there could be a chance that Ali drops the belt in Chicago. So
no,
I thought it was a good match, and I'm with you. I think this is up there. This is up there for a match of the night.
Yeah, what happened at the end? What I was hitting at earlier, absolutely great storytelling because Trent had Campaign up on his shoulders. Ali was about to roll into the ring to save him, and all of a sudden Trent looks at him like, nope, not today. And Ali backed up and left with his men in black. And I was like, oh, well, that's going to be interesting to see how Campaign reacts to that next week or whenever. Is he going to stay on the Campaign or is he going to say, see ya? We'll see. But yeah, I love this match. Next, we got the Concierge just gushing over the return of Ash.
It's time to get excited. It's time to get excited.
And Dr.
Finkelstein.
Oh, Finkelstein.
on.
I'm sorry.
Boca Raton's most world renowned.
What?
Come on.
I thought it was. I didn't write it down. I thought it was Frutzendagen.
No, he's the good Dr. Finkelstein. Come on.
Cousin to Finkelstein.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we
Finkelstein?
I like mine better. We got Ash at ringside.
The best.
And we get the Knockouts Championship. I'm sorry.
Compose
it reminds
yourself,
it reminds me of Farfignugan, okay? It's just
J-Bone.
Yeah. It's the 12-year-old in me. Allysin Kay going after the Knockouts title held by Jordynne Grace. So, and everyone knows how much we've been talking about Jordynne Grace. Well, here we go. We got the Knockouts title match. This was great to see Allysin Kay back in an Impact ring during this match. Marti Belle at ringside. They're rooting her on. Pinky's up. What you guys think?
Bill.
Well, I obviously, Jordynne Grace, everything going on right now, like, I don't think the title was ever going to be in doubt. But obviously, Allysin Kay, then known as Sienna, former Knockouts champion herself, had a long tenure here in the company. So it always good. Like we saw the Hex not too long ago as well. So good, nice to see a return because, as we talked about, like especially as a team, other teams are needed. So especially with some history in the company with both of them.
Oh yeah,
obviously Marti Belle with the Dollhouse previously as well. So that I think this was a nice kind of return, and I can see a build going in against all odds for both of them because there obviously is a need right now for more teams. So no, I thought it was a good match, and always kind of, and obviously Allysin Kay as a taller knockout, seeing like kind of Jordynne Grace and doing the finisher on her, like it's always interesting to see how she can still get everybody into that move because it just seems because it's such a low center of gravity with Jordynne to get that move off. That is something because at times you're like, well, she ain't going to use it in this match. She'll do something else, but then she does it.
Right. It just blows you away. It's like, holy cow, she pulled it off. I'm not seeing the Hex on the roster page, but we do have a new
I could see that tomorrow, J-Bone. I could see that tomorrow.
Maybe.
Usually it's the day after.
It varies, but yeah, I had to look. But there is a new pic of Gisele Shaw in the blue in here. Ooh, so looks great. Just wanted to quick mention it. That's all. All right. What's next here? We got we got Deathmatch TV.
Yeah.
This was amazing. I didn't know what was going on at first. But
I thought
go ahead.
I thought the show had ended with the Jordan match because I could have sworn I saw the copyright logo in the corner, but then this started and I'm like, is this like a new thing? Like, never mind. It was just, it is a new thing, but it's not what I thought it was.
Sammy always recreating stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. His world is always being recreated and evolving. And this was, I mean, we've seen him do some pretty, like, I don't know how you describe it, off the wall stuff, you know, production wise. This is like, I don't know where this came from, but this was whoever created this is
the mind of
genius.
the Death Machine.
Yeah, I mean, production wise, this was great.
Yes, it sounds like everyone's giving it rave reviews, and I agree with it. Something different. We always like when Sometimes it's comedy, sometimes it's a style, but like obviously like the Swingers Casino,
Right.
the Wrestle House, stuff like all kinds of different things that we see. The Tree House, like all kinds of different things that get built into TNA programming over the years. And this is a nice new onset because we haven't had kind of a segment like this in a while. So getting this as part of it, I think this is going to be a nice little trend going forward. So looking forward to it. This is a good start. Good start.
Yeah, if this is how like this is going to evolve, that crazy, well-produced beginning and then the chaotic middle of him holding the camera at different locations. I love it.
I dig it.
Just more of an evolution for Sammy's character. This is the stuff that we missed while he was gone.
Exactly.
For a while. So then now we go into the DMC, the Digital Media Championship on the line. Laredo Kid defending against AJ Francis with homie, or what do they call him?
Rich Homie Swann.
Oh, Rich Homie. My bad. Dollar.
Gotta get it right.
Yeah. And this one had I had a feeling AJ Francis was gonna take this one, and that's nothing against Laredo. I just feel like AJ Francis and Rich Swann, like they're on a roll. Like you can tell they're growing.
Oh yeah,
there's something going on.
First class.
Yeah. I mean, part of me wanted me to see Laredo Kid get the win here and then like a rematch, like AJ Francis be like, no, we're having this again and put the rematch on at against all odds in Chicago. And that's not to say we won't get a rematch.
Might get a rematch.
We might. We just might. But maybe there's something behind the scenes going on with Laredo Kid. He had to drop the title. Who knows? We don't know.
You don't know.
But what'd you think of the match, Bill?
No, I thought it was a good match. And I'm with you. And I'm a Laredo fan. I had the mask out. But I did feel like with AJ, with what he's been doing with the company, with the media outside of the company, social media, that really does embody, I think, the spirit of what the Digital Media Championship is all about. He's really kind of giving it the rub. So I can't disagree with it. I think he's a good fit for it. And honestly, I think he deserves it. So I support the move. So I definitely gave my kudos to AJ after the match. So I think he did a good job, and I've always been a big Rich Swann supporter, and I've said multiple times on this show how I think that's been a great fit. I think Rich has been needing that since his world title run. Like he was in tag teams, but the guys kept leaving, getting hurt, like all kinds of reasons for it. But now that he's in a group with AJ with a title, I think that's only going to help rub off on Rich as well. So I'm looking forward to see what they do now going forward. I could see some fun vignettes and all now with the belt going out on the streets of every town they visit, doing everything first class. Right.
And I don't count the Cheez-It Championship, but I got
you count the Cheez-It Championship, J-Bone.
No, that'd be like me getting a belt for getting this, eating too much damn pizza. Come on,
you put some respect on the Cheez-It name. They now have a new partnership with Taco Bell, J-Bone. There's a Cheez-It Crunch Wrap Supreme.
Oh, stop! Are you serious?
They put a giant Cheez-It in a Crunch Wrap Supreme for you taste. Cheez-It.
That's so the Cheez-It is like the middle crunchy part?
Yes, correct. We might have to, on next week's TNI show, I might have to grab a Cheez-It Crunch Wrap for the show and do a live taste test on this item in the spirit of the DMC champion.
Are we going to do a live mukbang like review?
That's what the scumbag wanted, but then he never showed up. Just like the chef, never showed up. So the mukbang never happened.
Because I like scumbags.
Well, there you go. We still like them though, but maybe we get it going next week. So stay tuned.
I'm gonna leave that one to you.
I'm putting the challenge out. The Taco Bell Cheez-It Crunch Wrap
mukbang challenge.
Yeah.
I don't even have a Taco Bell in this town.
I'll be here with one next week.
Okay.
I'm a man of my word.
I'm going to hold you to that.
It's coming. So tune in next week.
For all things Taco Bell. All right. It'll be the new sponsor of the show.
Hey, we got checkers.
We got, oh, God. No. No. No,
well, I got checkers.
you can have your checkers. Hang on a second. I'm choking on checkers. All right. But yeah, it was what I liked about this match is it was interesting seeing, like, sometimes you put lucha style people all in one match, and that works. That really works. This was two very different styles going against each other. You had the lucha libre of Laredo Kid and more of a brawling style of Edgy Francis. So it was going to be very interesting to see how the two played off each other. And it worked. They really worked. Yeah. And no dum-dums in the chat. I am not going to do ASMR crunching on dum-dums.
That might be a new paid tier for that type of action.
Oh Lord!
So Jabo, we got a video package. Obviously, we talked a lot about Jordan Grace, but it was pretty much just a recap of the NXT stuff with Roxanne Perez before our main event.
That was.
But once again,
that was really.
If you
good.
didn't see it? Check it out.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it was a great, just kind of combining everything what she's been going through, and that what I loved is that she said that she is going to be the catalyst for change.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell you what, Bill, I got a damn good feeling that she's gonna take that title off.
I think it's happening, J-Bone.
Because
I won't guarantee it, but I'm gonna guarantee almost it.
Almost. I look at it like this. Then why are we doing this? Why are you going to go through all this trouble, promote the hell out of her, to have her lose?
Well, exactly. But we've seen it happen before, Jay. So I'm not going to say that's an impossibility, but it feels like the spirit of it is it's going to happen.
Right. It's got to go better than what happened to Moose. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
And
that's the thing. That's why, like, obviously, I'm a huge Moose supporter. So that's what really bugged me about that. But it's main event time, J-Bone. No more dwelling on the past. We got Alicia back. It's main event time, baby.
It's time for the main event. All right. Nic Nemeth versus the self-proclaimed king of TNA, K-A-Z, the Kaz. Kazarian. Man, this is
serotonin.
That's right.
I was
lack of serotonin.
Oh God. Now, is that any way to talk about the king of TNA, Bill? I mean, come on.
I respect the Burger King more.
Oh. And you were the one that told me I had to call him the king of TNA. Here I am trying to put over serotonin, and wow. All right.
He's not the wanted man, J-Bone.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not Nic Nemeth. But it was great seeing these two veterans. I look at it like this. Kaz has been, in and out of the company for the last, what are we celebrating now? 20 years, Nic Nemeth was in his company for damn near 20 years. So to see these two wrestle against each other was chef's kiss. It was great. What'd you guys think?
Bill?
No, I liked it. Obviously, Kaz is he's an OG, and obviously, I think we all know Nick is a very good in ring vet. So these two went at it, had a real nice match here, and I obviously with everything going on, you could have went either way, but with Nick coming up first, I think that was the way to go on this one. But then we obviously had a lot of post-match shenanigans that's heading into pretty much a lot of the storylines. We're going to see it against all odds with the system, the Nemeth brothers, and really teasing that future. It almost feels like a lock at this point. Joe Hendry world title match at Slammiversary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something's on the horizon here. There really is. I got to touch on this. So watch the first episode, says Mayor of Impact, and I already forgot who was in the main event. Do you remember, Bill?
Of the first Impact?
They remembered it, or they mentioned it, excuse me, on the episode tonight.
Ugh. J-Bo, that's that's for Critical Sting here. That's not what I'm here for. Because it all blurs together for me. Like the first year of the show becomes like mush with all the names there, specific show angles. It's about like maybe for like pay-per-views, but for like TV, that's a reach.
I'll give you a hint. He was in the main event tonight.
Ah, there you go. Kazarian. There you go.
There you go.
It was a multi-man match. Was it more than two guys? That was usually the trend back then. It was usually two.
I'm gonna throw out a guess and say it was against Alex Shelley, but that's just a guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I know he.
You know what? Now that you say that, I think I did remember hearing the name Alex Shelley mentioned, so that probably was true.
Could be, yeah. Thank you, Broken Matt Hardy.
Yes.
Thoughts on Nemeth's new intro? Zip. Oh my god. I
the innuendo is all over that.
Oh,
there you go. And there's my guy, Critical Sting, Matt Bentley, Kaz, Sabin, AJ. That sounds familiar. That does sound like an Impact main event. Multi-man matches was the creme de la creme of that era. So,
good old Matt Bentley, one of my favorites back then.
But that was not the total end of the match, all those shenanigans, J-Bone.
This is true.
Speaking of Broken Matt Hardy.
So Nic Nemeth gets the win here, but he gets a beatdown for his troubles from the system. The system comes in, including Moose, right after the tag team of Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards, along with Lish holding her infamous what is it? Kendra?
Kendra.
Is it Kendra stick? Okay, yeah. The stick of Kendra. Just beaten down. Ryan Nemeth comes down. So, he's trying to even the odds. Moose comes down. Everybody's getting spears. Or I should say the Nemeth brothers are getting spears. And then Joe Hendry comes down. And this is what you were talking about. It feels like they're foreshadowing something with Joe Hendry.
They've been teasing it here and there moments, but now they're kind of throwing it a little more in your face. that this is gonna expect this, get used to it. So maybe it won't happen, but it feels like it will.
Yeah, somewhere down the line it's gotta happen. Hang on. Excuse me. But yeah, and then just as you think everything's over with the system standing tall, we get some broken interference on the screen, and yes, we get Matt Hardy appearing. He's all close up into the camera, basically saying. So he basically says that to Moose. He's like, you can't break a person who's already broken, because he clobbered the shit out of him last week with all those chair shots to the head. And he invited Moose. This is such a lovely invitation. He wants Moose to come to the Hardy compound and meet the family. And the camera pans out, and you see the family. Rebby's there playing piano with her back to the camera, all the children, and in the corner of holding another kid is Senor Benjamin.
Only missing Vanguard.
So the system's about to get their ass beat by Matt Hardy's kids.
Yeah.
It's like a rite of passage in wrestling at this point.
Oh, it's happened before. It happened to who the hell did it happen to? Oh, Swoggle, wasn't it?
No, it was Rockstar Spud.
Yeah, it was the Spud man got pinned.
He was King Maxwell's first. It was like a toddler. I think in some scenes, it was like a green screen. Someone was holding the baby. It's terrible. I can't believe that was like.
That was hilarious. Yeah, and all the smoke around it. Yeah, that was nuts. My, how the times have changed. He has a few more kids now. He has an army of kids. So that's the episode. So because I was like, oh, if Matt can't make the show in Chicago, maybe Joe Hendry is going to get the shot and really shake.
That's Slammiversary.
Right. That's coming down the road. But Matt showed up here, so everything's good. So that's the episode.
Good. Great show.
20th anniversary of TNA Impact.
Here's 20 more.
Yeah, right. And it's definitely going to be a wild next few days. You know, a lot of speculation as to what's going on for NXT Battleground, and we wish Jordan Grace all the luck in the world, and we'll see what happens next week then. Leading into Against All Odds. So on that note, folks, we'll wrap it up here, and you know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. Good night, folks.